So good morning, everyone. I'm starting the session now. So I'm starting the session now. Let me just ask once again whether my voice is audible to everyone. It's clear. Can you able to hear me, everyone? Okay. So yesterday, what we discussed, just we will have a recap. Don't unmute your mic. Just we can have it through the chat. Yes, we discussed what the Active Directory roles. In that, we discussed how many types of roles of Active Directory. Two types. What are they? What are they? We discussed transfer. We can transfer the roles as well as seize the role. Transfer is there. Yes. Transfer we will do with the help of what? When both DC and ADC is working. So this generally we will use when we are going for maintenance or upgradation purpose. And seize is done when our DC is suddenly down, ADC is working. So we can have the full-fledged features on the ADC by taking the roles from the DC, which is down, by taking the roles. How to do that? Both practicals we have done yesterday. Yes. So how many roles we have? 6. Out of that, how many roles we discussed? 5. What are they? Can anybody able to just write it in a short? One of the role name was, yes, name master. Another, yes, schema master. Nice. RID, yes. PDC, yes. One more is missing. What is that? Yes, infrastructure master. Very nice. So this is what we have transferred as well as we have seized. So we can make our network suitable. Either we go for the upgradation or suddenly DC is down. Still with the ADC, we can take it back the full features and we can work normally without any problem. So this is about the roles. Now, today is Saturday. Today and Monday, there will be no session on Sunday. So Saturday and Monday, we will be having what? 2 days session completely for group policy. Today and Monday. And then Tuesday and hopefully Wednesday we'll have 2 more sessions for the Active Directory. So with that, this part will be completed. Then finally we'll go to the last part, how to configure the servers. That may happen from the Wednesday or Thursday. Okay. Okay. So now coming to today's session, we'll concentrate on now what? Group policy. So today we'll mostly have what? The theory part is very less, mostly the practical. So group policy. So generally group policy is applied for what purpose? In which scenario we'll apply the group policy? Group policy is applied for what? Group policy means what? Groups, no. Group policy is different, group is different. Yes, group policy is a collection of settings which will be applied for multiple users or for multiple computers as per our requirement. For what purpose we are using the group policy? For management purpose, for controlling the network. So group policy is what? It's a collection of settings which is applied as per our requirement on multiple users in our domain for multiple computer, so that we can manage or control the network as per our requirement. So this is a very, very important concept for managing and controlling our domain or network. So the managing and controlling of the domain is done with the help of what? Group policy. I repeat, group policy is what? It's a collection of settings which as an administrator we will be applying on multiple computers and multiple users for managing and controlling our network. So how to manage and how to control the network by using the group policy, that is what we are going to discuss in today's session. Is it okay for everybody? what is our today's task is. Did you understood everyone? Okay, so that is what we are going to do today in today's session. Managing and controlling our network by applying the group policy. So I repeat once again for your convenience. If somebody asks you what is group policy means, you should say group policy is a collection of settings which will be applied by the administrator on multiple users and groups in a domain or in a network for managing and controlling the domain or network. So this is what we will do today. Okay. So let us start with the group policy now. Here, group, how many classes over for Active Directory? One here, two. Yesterday, this one roles. Now the group policy. Now two more sessions will be there for Active Directory. After that, the servers. How to configure the servers. Okay, let me start the group policy. So the definition of group policy. Just now we discussed. What is a group policy? Today is not the fourth session of Active Directory. We completed first session Active Directory, how to configure DC. Second session, structure of the Active Directory. Third session yesterday, it was roles of Active Directory. Now fourth one today, it's group policy, not the fourth session. Please remember. Fourth session we will have after 2 days, that is on Tuesday of Active Directory. So today we are focusing on what? How to control and manage our network by applying the group policy. So group policy is what? It's a collection of settings. Settings means the things which we require. So that can be done by administrator on multiple users and computer in a domain for, for managing and controlling the network. So this is what we are going to discuss now. Group policy. So group policy is a collection of settings which can be applied on computers and users. So with the help of the group policy, as an administrator, our computers and users in the entire network. Please remember, permission is different, setting is different. Permission means what? What they should get and what they should access or what they should not access. But setting means what they should able to receive or what they should able to open or what they should able to get it or what they should not open it, what they should not get it. That is what the setting requirement. Yes, allowing and denying things. Permission means generally it is related with what? Whether they have the read option or write option or read write option. But here, whether they will be getting particular thing or where they will cannot get the particular thing. That setting we will do through the group policy. And remember, this also I told you earlier, group is never used to apply the group policy. Never get confused with the name. Group policy never applied through the group. Group is created always to apply the permission, whereas the group policy is always used to apply the group is always used to apply the permission, whereas the OU is used to create or to apply the group policy. So through the OU will apply the group policy. So today we'll discuss in detail. Only we will apply the group policy through OU or any other option is there, that also we will discuss today. So with the help of the group policy, the administration becomes easier, or we can make it more simple and manage it in a better or convenient way. So these are the use or purpose of group policy. How to apply, we'll see practically. But before that, we should have a concept. Okay, if you are done with that slide, can I go to the next slide? So please remember, like, what are the settings? Like, suppose the management or the manager asks you, certain people should not get uh, on their desktop computer icon or recycle beam or internet explorer because they need it's not needed for their work and they might be misusing it. So this is the task the manager told to you as an administrator. Now, can you do this thing like removing the computer icon or recycle beam or internet explorer on the user desktop, which machine they are using, by applying the permission? No, it cannot be done. So this type of thing is called what? Settings. Okay, you want to see the previous slide? Please take the snapshot or the photo of that. So like these are this called setting. Like the manager told you, for certain people, the computer icon, recycle beam, internet explorer should not be available on their desktop. Only for certain people, not for others. So now can you do this by applying the permission? No. For permission means we will have this thing only. Read, write, the modify permission. These are the things. But these are called settings. Removing or giving certain things. Then that comes under what? Group policy. So whether, are you clear now with the difference between the permission and the settings? Okay, fine. Thank you for your response. So please remember, group policy is applied on or by using the OU, but group policy is never applied by using group. Remember, group policy is applied by using OU, organizational unit, but never group. Basically, group is used to apply the permission, whereas the OU is used to apply the group policy. This I told you all also when we discussed the session in a session OU and group. Once again, I am reminding you. Okay, done. So now this is my task. Uh, Certain users should not get the computer icon or recycle beam or internet explorer when they open their when they log in and when they open their desktop. These things three things should not appear. Even if they go to the setting and try to check the boxes, they should not get it. So how do you do this? For that, we need to apply the group policy. For that, we need to apply the group policy. So now important thing, group policy can be applied by using, I said, OU. So this is the only option or any other option is there to apply the group policy? Group policies can be applied by using OU. Other than OU, is there any alternate option or other than OU, we can use any other thing to apply the group policy? Yes or no? Just try to guess it. One of the thing we frequently use is what? OU to apply the group policy. But my question is, other than OU, is there any other thing through which we can apply the group policy? Yes or no? So I'm not getting any reply. No, yes, yes, I'm getting now. So now I got mixed answer. What will be the correct answer? Yes or no? You can see in the next slide that only. Answer is yes. What is the answer? Yes. Like this is also the requirement given to you. They should not able to go to the search, or they should not able to go to the run and start anything from there. So these are the requirement given to you. So this can be done or achieved by using group policies. So the group policy can be applied by using OU as well as some other things. What are those things? It will be there in the next slide. I'll show you. Can I go to the next slide? So these are the certain things we will be doing practically today. These are the some other things we have. This should be done for certain users on certain users. So how to apply this? You can find here. So group policy can be applied on three things. Please remember, group policy can be applied on, or group policy can be implemented using three things, or can be done through three things. One is OU, other one is what? Domain, other thing is what? Slides. So using how many options we can apply the group policy? How many options are there to apply the group policy? Three. Yes. We can do on the OU, we can do it on the domain, we'll do it on the site. So in which scenario we'll use OU, in which scenario we'll use the domain, in which scenario we'll use the site, I'll tell you. So now I'll give the uh, idea when we will use group policy on site, when should we apply the group policy on domain, when we should apply the policy on OU. So I'll tell you this, and I hope you will get an idea after this example. So let me go to the example now. Just 1 second. Slide you were asking. One or the next one? Oh, just give me a second. Now let me take the example now. Suppose, suppose this is my domain. Now I have here important thing, DC. In this DC, I have many users like U1, U2, U4. These are my users. And I also have some group, like might be sales group, account department, HR department, like this. And I have some computers here, system 1, system 2, system 3, like this. My requirement is, the company said these users, U1 and U2, when they log into any machine, they should not get the computer icon on their machine. Computer icon on on their machine, on their system, on their machine. Out of 4 users, only 2 users should not get it. Now you tell me, group policy can be applied on 3 things: OU, domain, on the site. Now tell me, on which one for these 2 users, they should not get the computer icon. So now you will apply the group policy using OU, domain or site. You tell me. Please remember, never group policy is applied on group. Group policy is never applied on group. Remember. I'm getting few people saying OU, few people saying domain. So let me clear it. More people are agreeing with the answer OU. So let me tell you, yes, the correct answer is OU. So what you have to do, so first we are discussing how to apply the policy on OU. OU is what? OU is what? Organizational unit. So already I told you how to create a OU. So first for this, what you have to do? Create a OU. You have to create the OU, new OU. Then add U1 and U2 into the OU. How to add we discussed. Apply the group policy on OU. So these users sit on any machine. I have these machines here. They use any machine within my domain. They'll get the same policy. They cannot able to open what they'll not get the computer icon when they open or when they log in on their desktop. Computer icon will be disabled. They'll not able to see. So this is how you will do it. So now, did you understood now? When we need a particular policy to few users, I repeat, when you need a particular setting or particular requirement for few users, then we need to apply the policy through OU. Did you understood now? So when we need to apply the policy for few people, then we need to apply the policy on OU. So first create a OU, then add those users into the OU. Now, suppose U3 is logged in here and U4 is logged in here. They will get the computer icon or not? They'll get the computer icon or not? Tell me. Yes, they will get it. So, somebody says no, they'll get the computer because the policy is implemented. Restriction of computer icon is implemented on OU, and in the OU, who are the users? U1 and U2, not the U3 and U4. So the users who are not in the OU will not be getting affected, or for them, those users who are not part of the OU that policy will not be applied. So is that clear to you, everyone? Okay. Now my next question or my next requirement is, management or the manager asked me all the users. All the users means U1, U2, U3, U4, even my sales department user, my account users, all these users should not get notepad application. They should not able to open the notepad application. One simple anything we can take it. I'm taking this simple scenario. Now you tell me what you will do. Now you are an administrator. You have to apply policy on users as well as on the group also. Then apply the group policy on domain, because now my domain name is what? Zoom.com. So if I apply the policy on this domain, all users, all computers, all groups, everything will be group will never get login. In the group also, what will be there? Users. So the users who are belonging to this group also will get applied that policy. So once you want to apply the policy to everyone, then to apply the policy on group. Now for this requirement, you apply the policy on domain. Now the group policy will be applied on the domain. So when we apply the policy on domain, remember everybody will be get restriction. Everybody will get the restriction, whoever part of the domain. But now imagine I have a child domain here. The child domain name is what? MCSE dot zoom.com. Now here I have to suppose M1 user for simplicity. Now I apply the policy of removing the notepad to domain zoom.com. Now this is my child domain. Now here a user is there M1. So this policy will be applied or not applied? You tell me. Yes. So when we apply the policy to domain, it doesn't include the child domain or other domain which are part of the tree, or it which might be part of the another tree or the forest. So when we want to apply the policy to other domain also, then what you have to do? Apply the policy on right. Yes. So when you apply the policy on domain, it will include that policy, or that policy will be applied to everyone of that domain, but it will be not applied to other domain which might be a child domain. So if you want to apply a certain policy which should be applied throughout your tree or throughout your forest or throughout your site means what? Collection. Site means what? This. Site means what? The location or the place. Site means what? Location or the place where your where your where your DC or your ADC, all your devices are kept. Now, if I apply the policy, so my domain is also there, my child domain is also this. This is in suppose Hyderabad. If I apply the policy on site, entire my main domain as well as my child domain will be covered. Let's say suppose my branch is there, another branch is there. There might be suppose in Bangalore. Now another domain is there. Now will it apply to my Bangalore domain now? When I apply the site on Hyderabad, no, it doesn't apply. So if I have there, then it also one different site. So I'll apply the site or apply the group policy on Bangalore site. Then it will be applied to entire Bangalore devices. So if you want to apply whatever devices are kept in Hyderabad, your branch, then apply on the Hyderabad side. It will be covered. Main domain along with child, all whatever how many child domains you have, all will be covered when you apply the group policy on sites. So is it clear now, everybody? So when we apply the policy on OU means only few users who are the part of that OU will get policy implemented, but not other users who are there in the domain. When you want to apply the policy to all users of the domain, then apply the policy on domain. But when we apply the policy on domain, it doesn't cover the child domain, which is present in the same location. So if you want to apply the policy simultaneously to your main domain as well as your child domain, then apply the policy on sites. So when you apply the policy on sites, your parent domain along with your child domain, all will be covered, which are present in the same geographical location. If you have some devices in one place, some other devices in other location, then you need to apply the group policy on two sites. In which place your devices are there, those sites you have to create. How to create, we'll see in another session. Then today I'll show you a default site. In our fifth session of our Active Directory, we'll discuss how to create a site. Okay. Is it okay now? Everybody understood in which scenario we'll apply the group policy on OU, in which scenario we'll apply the group policy on domain, in which scenario we'll apply the group policy on sites. So I repeat once again, when we need to apply the group policy on few users, we'll go with OU. When we need to cover a particular policy to all users, then we'll apply on the domain. But it doesn't include child domain. So when you have parent domain along with the child domain, and you want to apply the policy to parent domain also as well as your child domain, then apply the policy on sites. So when you apply the policy on site means it will cover your parent domain along with the child domain. So did you got the clarity now, everyone? Or shall I repeat anything? So now you got some broad idea in which scenario we'll use the group policy through OU, through group, sorry, through domain, through sites. Got some idea? Okay, fine. Now we'll see the practical. So before the practical, see here, same thing I'll show you in the slide. So here you can see the group policy. Suppose if you want to apply few users, you will apply on a group. So if you have multiple OUs in one domain, can you have multiple OUs? Yes. So if you want to cover all the OUs, then you apply the policy on what domain, but it doesn't cover the child domain. So suppose if you have some users in child domain, you want to apply the policy to them also, then apply the policy on site. So the policy can be applied on OU, on domain, or on the site. So when you apply on OU means one particular OU. I have three OUs here. So if I apply a policy on one OU, will it apply the policy on other OUs also? No. Now this example, three OUs are there. I apply policy on one OU. So it will be not applied to other OUs. If my main OU is what? This one. And these are the sub OUs. So if I apply the policy on one OU, the sub OUs will also get policy. But here these are the three different OUs, not sub OUs, three different OUs. So if I apply the policy on one OU, it doesn't automatically apply to all OUs. So if I want to cover all OUs, then I apply the policy on what? Domain. It will be covered, but it will not cover the child domain. So if I want to cover the parent domain along with the child domain, then apply the policy on site. So group policies can be applied on OU, on domain, on site. This is what you have seen here. Hierarchy is like this. So you apply the group policy on site means domain also will be covered, all OUs will be covered. But if you apply the policy on OU, domain will not be covered, site will be not covered. But if you apply the policy on domain, domain will be covered along with all OU, but it will not cover the child domain at the site. So the hierarchy is like this. When you apply on OU, it will be there only on OU. But if you apply the policy on domain means it will cover all OUs, but not child domain. When you apply the policy on site means everybody will be covered. Your child domain, your main domain, all your OUs in the domain. So this is the hierarchy. So now did you understood everybody? Yeah, understood everyone? Okay, fine. Now practically we'll see this. So hierarchy order is what? Top to bottom. So if you apply on the top, it will cover up to bottom. But if you apply on bottom, it will be only on the bottom. So did you understood the hierarchy? So I'll show you all the three things today. How to apply the policy on first OU, then I'll show you on domain, then I'll show you on the site. Three things. Yes. What doubt you have, you can ask. Write it in the chat. I'll give the reply. Yes, you can write your doubt. See, uh, this mcs.zoom.com MCT. They are the So if you apply the policy on the domain, only domain, child will be not covered. So if you want to apply the policy to both mcsc.zoom.com and also mcitp.mcsc.zoom.com, then you apply the policy on what site? To apply the policy on site. If suppose they are not there in the same place, then you apply on two domains, one on mcsc.zoom.com, then separately you apply the policy on mcsc.zoom.com. So there are two options. You can apply on policies on separate domain, but they suppose they are in different location, then you apply separate. But now assume that they are in same location, then they are same location. So what you have to do? Apply the policy on site. You have two domain or multiple domain. If they are in same location, apply on the site. If they are in different location, means you apply create how many sites are there, that many sites. Site, right? That depends. I'm telling you, you can apply on site also. That depends whether all these three domain are present in one location or in different location. If you imagine all three are in one location, then you apply on the site, all three domains will be covered. Your main parent zoom.com, mcsc.mc, whatever you have written, all three will be covered if they are in same location. Site means location, place. Now, acha, your doubt is you have three domain, but you want to apply policy on two domain. Now, so two domain, you need to add it with the help of a site. You have to add two domain with the help of a site, because in the site when you create, you will write the name of the site, then apply the policy on the site. So only two domains will be covered, not the other one. Yes, that option is there while creating the site. How to create the site? You have to wait few days. I'll show you today on site, on default site, but how to create our own site, that we'll see in the fifth session of Active Dive after 2-3 days. Okay. So can I start with the practical? Now this is the only theory we have today, and remaining things are what? Practical. So we'll be doing how many practicals today? 3 practicals. So first I'll show you how to apply the policy on OU, then on domain, then on site. 3 things I'll cover today. Okay. So now you tell me how many machines we require for today's practical. Minimum, I'm going with minimum. Yes, 2 machines are required. So can we begin with the practical now? So tomorrow will be no session. As you know, tomorrow is holiday due to Sunday. So our session Monday will be about, here you like this. You ask the question like this. So you have to add them. This domain you need to add them by creating the site. then it will be applied. Now suppose you want only two domains, so in the site you add only two names, don't add this name. These are our requirement that we will do through the. So now my requirement is some users should not get recycle beam or computer icon like this. So I'll apply the policy on OU. If I want particular policy to apply to all the OU, then apply the policy on domain. If I want to cover multiple domain, then I will use what site. So did you understood? If you want to cover only one OU, apply on OU. If you want to cover multiple OUs in a same domain, apply on domain. If you want to cover multiple domain, then create the site. This is how you can make it simple. Single domain means apply on domain. Multiple domain means on site. Okay. If it is few users means do it on OU. So let us start with the practical now. So I need two machines here. Today our practical is about group policy part 1. We are discussing group policy part 1. And tomorrow is holiday. Day after tomorrow we'll discuss group policy part 2. Today we are doing what? First group policy part. Today first I'll apply group policy on OU. Our group policy part 1. So suppose if you are doing the offline course, we will be doing the setup by our colleague in the lab. But now most of you are doing, or everybody is doing this through online. So I given here what will be the background setup you have to do this practical. Because yesterday we made our machine what ADC, the other machine. So for this machine, the other machine should be member server. So how to convert our machine from the ADC to member server? How to do means first we have to demote it. Our machine first we have to demote it. So I did not do that because I want to show you so that you will get an idea who are doing the practical. So first, these are the important things you have to do. First, you have to demote your Active Directory because yesterday we made ADC. So for ADC, first we did what installing the ADS, then we promote it. So what is the promotion of opposite? Demote it. How to do demote? I will show you. Two options are there: graphic plus with the text. With the text, you can do very fast compared to the graphic. Now, first we have to demote it. Then we have to remove the DNS suffix from the computer icon. How to remove that also I'll show you. Then we need to go to our machine in the DC, and then when we add this machine as a join this machine into the domain as ADUC, so that machine entry will be there in the domain. In which domain? In the DC domain. We have to go to ADC console, then our domain name we have to click, like in example my domain name is what zoom.com. Then I need to go to the domain controller and remove my second machine. which is now existing like ADC. And also remove the computer system 2. Then the system 2 is ready to become like a, so to apply the policy, the requirement is one machine should be DC, other machine should be member server or client. But we made the other machine as what? ADC. So these are the things we have to do before proceeding with the practical. So I'll do before you so that you will get a clarity how to do it. I'll open both the machine now. So this is my machine now. This is my DC machine here. I logged in here. I think everybody knows how to check whether DC or not. Now, go to the command prompt, type it what United States accounts. So this is primary. This is my DC. I should go to the other machine now. This is my another machine. Now this other machine yesterday we made it as what? ADC. So for today's practical for group policy, one machine should be DC, other machine should be the client or the member server. But this machine is a ADC CF. So this is ADC. So I need to convert it. So how to convert it? So you can open the manage. From here you can remove it graphically. You can just go with the option, it will remove. You have to uncheck it. You can remove it. But I'll show you with the command, because with the command it will be done very fast. So I already gave you the command how to remove the this. I'll show you how to remove the ADDS or how to demote it. To remove the ADDS, I given you the command. So this is the first part is okay. You have to do like this. Open the PowerShell, uninstall -ADDS domain controller -demote operational master role. This is a single word. -force remove. So if you do this, it's enough. Demotion is there. Even if ADDS is there, no problem. So I'm doing that only. In which machine? System 2. Now, what I'll do in system 2, I'll demote it. Open the PowerShell. This is your PowerShell, second one. Then type the command uninstall domain, ADDS domain controller hyphen demote. Tab you use, it will come -force remover. Then give the domain administrator password. Confirm it. Okay. Give yes. So now it will be demoted. But that is not enough once we demote. So you have to go to the network or computer icon. From back side, you have to remove the DNS suffix, which I have written in the notes. Then you have to go to the DC and remove the entry of that machine from ADUC console. This system to entry. Then it will become member server. Complete thing I'll show you. Don't worry about that. system automatically will switch off, restart it. Now see, it is got demoted. Now when you go to the net accounts, sorry, when you go to the command prompt type net accounts, it will not show no backup. Now see, again the icons have been removed. We just need to get the icons. Go to the search, type icons, go to settings, get the icon. Got the icon. Now go to the command prompt. Now type it what? Net counts. Increasing the font size. Has become from backup to server. But that is not enough to make it as a member server. So few additional things we have to do that I have written in the notes here. These are things I have written in the notes. So now first step I have done. I demoted it. Now I need to remove the DNS suffix from the computer icon. To go remove the DNS suffix. How to remove? You see it. My second machine. Go to the computer icon. Properties. Here. Some domain name is there here. It has changed to our group, but not fully. So we have to remove the suffix. So go to the change. Click on change setting. Go to change. Then go to the more. Here you will have the in the background DNS name. So you have to remove that. And again say what? Okay. Now this will become completely work group. Now click on restart now. Now our this machine has become what? Work group completely now. Now, but this entry will be there in the DC. So that entry we have to remove of this machine. This machine entry will be there in the DC. That we have to remove. Then again we can join this machine as a member server. So without removing from the DC, if you join, it will say already exists. You will get a problem. So you remove it. So now how many things I shown you in the notes here? First point is completed. I demoted it and removed the DNS suffix from the computer. Then second step, go to my DC machine. In go DC machine, go to the ADUC console. Then click on my domain name. Click on domain controller. Then remove my system name, which I made yesterday ADC from the computer. Then it is ready to become like a member server. Then you join that machine as a member server. Yes, first we have to demote it. Now let me do this remaining things. So now this machine is ready. Okay, but I need to do some changes here. So I need to open which console from my DC. Go to the server manager console. Go to the server manager console. Go to the tools. From there you open what? ADUC console. Open what? ADUC console. Then here first domain name. Find the domain name. Here you have what? Domain controller. Here system 2 is there, no? You remove this entry. Delete this from the domain controller. You want to remove? Yes. So go to your domain. From this domain controller, you remove this system 2 entry or ADC which we have made yesterday. Even you check in the computer if this name is there or not. It's not available. Now Our second machine is what? Work group. Now, the domain user cannot log in into the work group. So you need to make this machine as what? Client or member server. Here, this is my domain user. So here, what are my domain users here? Like U1, U2, U3. So now from client, it cannot log in because it is a workgroup machine. It has not become the domain machine. Means we have not joined this machine into the domain. You can see here. So this machine is purely workgroup. So unless until you join this machine into the domain, no user can join it. So after you join this machine into the domain, it is called as member server because it is a server OS. And if you join the client OS, it is called client. Now, just for a proof, I'll try to log in with U2 from this machine. It will not log in. Yeah. There is no option of other. I cannot get the name of the other. So I cannot join. So I cannot log in from as a domain user. User is created in DC, but that user need to log in from any machine. So it doesn't log in workgroup machine. Workgroup means what? Individual machine. So what should I do to log in as a domain user? First, add this machine into the domain. So how to add? First, log in as an administrator. First, log in as an administrator. Then change this machine or join this machine into the domain. How do you join this machine into the domain now? It is purely workgroup machine. So you need to join by default. In Windows, I repeated so many times. Any machine with any OS in Windows, whether it is a client OS or server OS, by default it exists like a workgroup. So after you join into the domain, it can be categorized as client or member server, depending upon the server OS or client OS. Now this machine will work like a member server or client. Now it is workgroup. Now I'm joining this machine into domain. How to join? Go to the computer icon, click on change setting, then click on change. Now select here what you want to be a part. You want to join this machine into the domain. Which domain? Zoom.com. It will change from workgroup to domain. Verification should be there with administrator, domain administrator. It has become a part of the zone. Now this machine will work like a client or member server. Tell me. We see your reply. Yes, member server because it is a server OS. Means you are followed. So we did not do any practical thing. No, I just shown you how to make your machine ready for today's practical. This I would have done by myself before the session started. But most of the time, you people would have been coming to our branch, offline people. So this setup will be doing by our colleagues. And if anybody asks, we'll show you. But now we are doing only through the online. So if you get any problem, because you cannot do through the ADC that practical. That's why I did complete setup in front of you. Even it takes some time, but I was my intention was everybody should understand how to make this machine ready, how to make the setup. Okay, so now our machine is ready for today's session. Now first we will apply the group policy on which one? OU, domain or site? OU. Now just see here today's practical. So these things I did. I join this machine into the domain so that this machine is ready for the work. Now today's practice. So now go to the now group policy will apply from the DC machine or from the member server machine. DC, yes. Yeah, DC. Now, so first I'm applying the policy on OU. So create OU with user. You know how to create the OU with the users. So I'm not giving the notes because already you have with the OU, but I'll do practically. So I need to first create a OU with the users, minimum two users. I did with what name sales and two users. Open the to apply the group policy. Which console we have to use? GPM console. Yes. Open the GPM console. Expand forest. Expand domain name. Now right click on what? We are applying the policy on OU. Which OU we have created? Example sales. So right click on sales. You create for group GPO means group policy object. Then write the requirement. My requirement is computer icon should not appear on the desktop or sales department. Who are the sales department users? Yes one and yes two. Okay. Then click on OK. Then click on that object is created. Same like in FSMO, we created template, then apply the policy. Same way, here you need to create what? First object. Then on the object, we have to apply the requirement. So go to the edit, right click, edit, users, uh, expand policies, expand administrative template, then select here what? This computer icon will be present in which container? Desktop container. Then right click on that, remove computer icon, then edit, then select what? Enable. By default, the policy will be disabled, so you need to enable. So now, for this, if you don't do a GP update also, it will work. If you do, there is no harm. But if you don't do also, this policy will be reflected. Then log in as yes1 and yes2, and you try to get computer icons will be there or not. That is the verification. So shall I do the first practical? Okay. So now I'll apply the policy from the DC. The image which I am using is the what? Trial version. So for 15 days it will be there. After now 15 days is almost over when I install this machine. So it will be saying license got expired. So same you can use it. Only problem with that is what? After 1 hour it will get closed. So just again start it. Again after 1 hour it will get closed. So license expired. No other problem, only this problem. So yeah, this is my DC machine now. Here you can see here. Windows license is expired. but still there will be no problem. Only one problem will be what after 1 hour it will restart. So I'm using same machine DC. So this is my DC. You can check it. Now I need to apply the group policy and OU. So first create the OU. How to create the OU? Go to the road manager console. Then from the tools you go to the ADUC console. Then first go to your domain. Then create one OU. How to create the OU? We already done. Right click on OU, new, then OU. You can give any name of your choice. So I'm giving the name like suppose this department name is sales. So here I'm unchecking this so that I can easily delete whenever I want. Otherwise, we need to go to the view, advanced, then properties, then the object. From there, we have to uncheck. Now one OU has been created. So this is of no users. So I'll add the users. Two users I'll add. Yes, one. One user has been added. Same way I'll add one another user. Two users. Now I'll apply the policy on OU. So automatically both these users will be covered. You can see here. So my requirement is what? They should not get the computer icon. Only this department user. So right click. Then so to apply the policy, which console I need to go? Sorry, which console I need to go? GPM. So policy will be applied from GPM console. So go to the GPM console. Now you can find here sales. So select that sales. Right click. You have to first create a object. GPO means object. What is your requirement? You just write like a template. The name requirement. Remove the computer. Remove the computer icon for sales department. Spelling is wrong or right, nothing will happen. This is just for our understanding. So here, once you expand, your object will appear. Right click on that object, policy, then edit. Now here you will get two things. So like password policies, uh, password attempts, all those things we have done through computer. But this has to be done from the users. So these options will be available from users configuration. So go to the users, policies, Windows administrative, templates. Here. So the desktop, on desktop only computer icon will be present. So select here and you will find somewhere here. You have to check one by one. Remove the computer icon on the desktop. Select this, right click, then edit. So here it is by default not configured. So we need to enable it. It is not enabled. We have to enable it. Then at the bottom you will find what after enabling. Okay, apply. Okay. So now I'm not doing what GP update. Still this policy will be applied. The user 2 can get the computer icon, but S1 and S2 will not get. So first I'll log in with U2. I'll get an option. It is joined into the domain, no? So I'll get an option other. Previously I will not. So now first I'll log in with user who is not part of this OU. So they will get the computer icon. They are getting? Yes. But who will not get computer icon? The other users, like S1 and S2. So by default, only recycle beam you will be getting. So how to get the icons? Now which one will be disabled now? Here he is getting the icon. Editing the icon. Okay. So maybe I need to update the policy. Just a second. So he got it. Now I implemented the policy. Apply. Okay. Let me just update it. Let me go again with the yes one user. Just a second. I'll check. Go to this machine. Clicking the option. Just give me a minute. I'll see the mistake. I'm removing the policy again. Try to create one more time. So let me create one more time. Just I'm creating a group policy. Create the object. What is my object? Remove computer icon else department user object is created. Then right click to edit policies. Then desktop here. Remove the computer icon. Right click edit. Let's do the GP update. Let me relog in with one of the user of that department. Just give me a few minutes and sort it out. Just give me a minute, one more time because maybe the land card. Let me just create one more time. Process method is exactly same. Maybe the land card was sure. So I'll do it one more time. All of you are there. So just give me a second. I'll do once more time. Let us check whether it is been done or not. So I'm going back to my DC again. Let me create the OU first with the ADUC console. I'm creating one OU with any name. I'm going with the exactly same names. So I'm creating one OU with this name. I'm unchecking this. OU is created. Now let me have few users inside it. Now these are the users. Now I want to apply the group policy. So to apply the group policy, I need to go to the EPM console. I went to that. Now I have the sales here. Then create a object. The requirement is remove the computer icon to sales department. Object is created. Then remove it. Remove the computer icon. Process you begin by going to edit, users, policies, administrative templates, then desktop. Here I have the computer icon. Go to edit. Same thing I'm doing. Right. Okay. Let me update it. I should go to the other machine now. Go with the user S1 to get the icons. It is highlighting. It should not be highlighting. Problem. What mistake? Okay, just let us see this result. Later, I'll try to verify it, whatever may be the problem. I'll tell you tomorrow. We'll go with the second policy. I'll check this result and I'll let you know why it is happening like that. So our second policy will do, that is apply on the domain. So my requirement is what? The requirement is what? To block the notepad for every user. So for every users means what? What I need to do it? For every users means I need to do it on domain. So let us apply the policy on domain. So to apply the policy on the domain, what I'll be doing? Expand forest. Now previously we right click on what? Sales. Now we'll do on my domain. My domain name is what? Zoom.com. So create a object. Then write the name of the object, anything, expand users, policies, expand administrative tools, system container. There you will find what? Do not run specified Windows application. This is the thing you will get. Then click on edit, then select enable, click show, expand this. Now no user can able to, no user can able to, no user can able to open what? The notepad. So that is what you have to do it. Shall I do this? Okay, I'll do it. I'll apply the policy on complete domain. So again, I'll go to the GPM console. Go to the GPM console. Then instead of going to the sales, I'll select here my domain name. Yes. Right click. Then create a object. What is my requirement? Object name is what? Remove the notepad application to everybody. Remove the notepad. For everybody, that is throughout all users. So you can see one object here. Remove the notepad. Right click, then edit. Same thing, users, policies, administrative templates. So now this will be present under what? System. Now here you go to where it will be written what? Prevent the access. Do not run specified Windows application. Select this, right click, then go to the edit. Now here it is not configured, you configure. Now show here. Click on what? Show. So which one you want to block? Not all application, only specific. So you write that. Notepad. Notepad is the application with what extension in Windows? .exe. Then apply. Okay. Now let me do the update. Now when I log in with any user, when we log in with any user, we should not able to open the notepad. Now let me log in with one of the user like S1 because it applies to everybody. Log in. I'll try to go to the run and open the notepad. This effect is taking place. So the restriction is taken place. So no one can open. Now I'll log in with the user who is not part of the OU. That also I'll try to log in. Let me log out with the S1, then go to the user called U2. U2 is also a user. So let me log in with the U2. Let me log in with the U2. Go to the notepad. Now he should also not able to see here. The restriction is applied. Contact your administrator. Now my doubt is whether this policy apply to domain administrator also. Everybody means domain administrator. So don't log in with administrator. Local administrator is not covered, domain administrator. So I log in with a domain administrator. Administrator at the rate domain name. What is my domain name? this is my domain administrator here. From other machine I'm logging. Now this policy will cover him also because he's also belong to domain. Now try to open the notepad application. Uh, I'll just check it why it was not. You observed that I didn't see yes one icon was not appearing. Let me check that. Before that, I'll log in with which one administrator. I go to this and try to open the notepad. No, it's not available. Somebody wrote here yes one is not getting the computer icon. Let me check. Log in with yes one now. Oh, fine, very good observation. Thank you. Maybe why it took some delay. I need to find it out. I'll check it out. But now it is reflecting here. Yes one is not getting the computer icon. Yes, our policy is applied. Let me check with the yes two. Very good observation. Thank you. Who is that person? Thank you, everyone. Those who observed. I didn't see. Okay, I'll just check with the yes two user also now. Let me try to get the icon. See, now it is not highlighted. So anybody knows the reason why it was delayed? Now our policy is implemented. Yes, here it will not get highlighted. So now the policy is applied, but if a user is smart, he may do like this. He'll go to the run. He'll go to the run. Then he may type like this: C colon backward slash. Now he may able to open this. This is opening. So how do we restrict now this user? So I'm continuing with the first practical. That is the how to block the. So we have blocked, but the user is smart. He's doing like this. So now at that time we can completely block him from their run also. So how to do that? I have written in the steps. You can find it out. But I was doing the update, no GP update. Okay, anyhow, I'll try to check it. So this was the first thing. So we first given the restriction on the computer icon to the user, but he's smart. He's going like this. He's going to the run and getting it. So now we'll restrict the C drive also by using the group policy, so that he should not able to open by run also. How we'll do that? Again, we'll come to the admin console, go to the sales OU, right click, GPU update, right, deny C drive. Deny what? C drive, because it's going from the run and getting the C drive. So click on the object, edit, user, expand policy, administrative template, Windows component container. Inside that, you have what? File Explorer container. Then right click, prevent the access to drive from a computer, enabled. Then update, and you see it, the result. Now he cannot open. Whether I'm going too fast or it's okay, please tell me. It's okay, no? Everything I given to you. Okay. So you want me to deny start menu? Okay. First I'll complete this, then we'll do that. Okay. Okay. So I'll go to this. Now my requirement is the user. One of the user is smart. I denied him the computer icon, but he's going to the basically computer icon we are using to go to that C drive, because our OS will be there. Important thing will be there. So we don't want the others to access that. But that one department user is accessing by using that. shortcut key. So I want to prevent that also. Once I notice is going that way means I'll prevent it. How to do? Go to the same group policy management. Under the OU, you create one object, deny or restrict C drive. So deny C drive, object is created under the sales. Select that, edit, select edit users, policies, administrative templates, and this is there inside what Windows component. Inside that file, there it is the file. C drive. Okay. So let me go to the policy, administrative templates. So in this, which one I need to go? Windows. Now here, one I need to go here, File Explorer. So here somewhere I'll be finding event access to my to drive from computer. Edit. Now enable restrict all drive, but our requirement is what? Which drive? Only which particular drive you can select it. Then say what? Apply. Okay. Now update the policy. Now go to the yes, log in with the user yes2 or yes1. Let me log in with yes2 because he opened from the C drive from the run. Let me do same thing. He's been restricted. So now today I shown you how to apply the policy on OU on domain. But when we apply the policy to domain, everybody is covered, including yes. If you don't update, also it will come. So including it will cover what? Administrator. Which administrator? Domain. But generally the domain should administrator should not have the restriction. So how we can restrict that policy to a particular user? That option also we have. That option we also have. So suppose one particular policy you don't want to apply to a particular user or to a particular person like a domain administrator, then we can follow this step. Go to the system one, go to GPM console, expand our domain name, right click on the policy, which policy which we have created. Like I remove the notepad for domain user, so that covers also administrator. So I want administrator should not have this restriction of notepad, not opening the notepad. So I'm removing the restriction for admin. How to do that? Same step you can use for any other user. So go to the that policy, right click, action, properties, select the security tab, add the name of the user. Then select that name, check the box, deny the policy. We can do this way. Our other option is go to the delegation, advanced, add the name, check the box, deny, then update, then log in with the administrator. So before I do this practical, let me log in from the other machine as an administrator, domain administrator. Local administrator will have access because it is not covered under the domain. So now I will log in as a domain administrator. Here, I will log in as a domain administrator. not simply administrator, domain administrator. Because the policy is applied to domain, so it will cover domain administrator, not local. Now, let me show you. I logged in as an administrator now. Now, try to open the, notepad. Can you open? No, the restriction is applied. Now, I don't want the restriction to be for domain administrator. It should be there for other, but not to the domain administrator. How to do that? Go to the DC machine. Again, open the server manager console. Go to the GPM console. You can find here in the domain. Remove the notepad policy. Go to that policy. Go to that policy. Right click. Then you don't want that policy. So what you have to do? Go to that policy. Right click. One second. So we have to click on action. Now select this. Then can you see here the action? So here, click on what? Action. Select that first. So we removed the notepad for everybody, but I don't want that policy to be applied to administrator. So select that policy, click on action. Then under the action, you have what? Click on action. Then go to the action. I will get properties. One second. I'll get it. Let me go to the yes, it will apply to DC also. Okay, I have another option. I will check with that. second, I'm just checking the options. Now click on what? Properties, action, properties. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, sorry, the action should be under it. I repeat once again. Sorry, all of you can see here. You go to the notepad, right click, then you go to the edit. Inside that you will get here the action. Click here this action, then properties, then can you find here the security? Yes. Now, to whom you don't want the policy to be applied? Domain administrator. So write that name, add, write the name, domain administrator, administrator at the rate, domain name. What is our domain name? Zoom.com. Now check the name, it is verified. Now see here, the name is what? Domain administrator, this one. This one over is domain administrator. Or you can check this also, this is also domain administrator. Now instead of allowing, you go to the deny. So here you check the box. So here bottom you can find deny the group policy. Select this and say what? Apply. Yes. Okay. Now this policy will not be applied to the administrator. Just go to the update. Now you see here when we log in from the domain administrator now, he can able to open the notepad, but not the other users. So let me verify it. Let me verify it. Now I will log out. I will log in again as a domain administrator. Now, can you see here the domain administrator has logged in. Now he tried to open the notepad. To open, yes. But what about the other users? They can't. Now let me try with which user now. I'll try with which user now. Let's suppose yes to. Now this user is trying to open the notepad. Can you open? No. Restriction. Right? You should not be getting. This restriction should be applied to the OU also. Let me log in. Sign out. Sign in with the user 2. User 2 is logged in. Now let me open the notepad again. Able to open. Restriction is applied to everyone. Just check once again. Only administrators should be allowed, not others. So why we are able to get it? Right? at the rate our domain name. So where is my domain admin? Go to the slide. Deny the group policy. Live. Okay. Okay. Let me go to the client. So you two should not open it. So maybe just I need to restart my machine, both of them. Maybe it's not got updated, so I'll just restart. So let me verify it. Let me go to the client machine, log in with one of the user. Try to call. Maybe it's taking some time to implement. I'll check it. So this policy we apply. Top of the security. We remove this. So let me add status. The domain administrator. Deny the group policy. applied. Let me do the verification. Let me log in with one of the users. I have U3 also. Policies applied are able to open. Let's log in with a administrator. Let me open. But it should only able to open, not the other user. We try with other users. Checking the options. just remove and do it once more. Now let me just create the domain policy once again. I'm applying to whole domain. Create an object. So what is my requirement? Remove the notepad. Notepad. So everyone. Domain means what? It will apply to everyone. So I check here. Created the object. Okay. Let me go with what? Edit. Policies. Administrative tools. Here I find what? And here. There. Come back. There it is there. Search. And administrative template. Where it is there. There's and here. Let me check here. I'm doing once more. Right? So this policy should be applied to everyone, including the admin. Login with any. The restriction. Let us check with the administrator also. Domain administrator. Let me check it here. This restriction is doesn't apply to admin, but it should also apply to the administrator. not able to open. Restriction is done. Now I'll remove the restrictions here. Restriction has been there to administrator also. So I should not have the restriction. From DC machine also same thing will apply. You want me to check? I'll check it here. Log out. This is I'm doing from DC machines here. Highlight. Log out. I'll log in again as admin. Here also you should not able to open notepad application. Right? See, the restriction is done DC also. Let us do once again. The restriction should not happen to administrator. For that, I'll go to the GPM console again. Let me check again. This policy should not be applied to administrator. So now what should I do? Right click, edit, go to the action, properties, security. Now the administrator name should be added. Admin, rate, domain. Got the administrator here, domain administrator. And the policy should not be applied. So go to the deny option instead of this. Group policy is there, check the box. And say what? Apply. Yes. Okay. So now this policy doesn't apply to the now this policy should not be applied to administrator. Others it should be applied. So let us verify that. Now let me log in with the administrator. I'll check with other user also. Let me first check with the admin can able to open. Yes. Now let us try with other user. Let me log in with the let's assume that it's not able to open. Now it's done. Maybe some issue might be there. Sometime it is taking more time for update. It is clear now, everybody? Is it clear? Okay, everyone? Okay, done. The last practical for today is what? It can be done also on sites. It can be also done on what? The sites. So let me show you on the site now. So now I want to apply the restriction on site. To do on the site, what you have to do? Open the GPM console, then go to the domain name, then create one object. Like I want to remove the run command. So click on what? Right click on the object which you have created, edit user policies, expand administrative templates, then start menu and taskbar, then don't run menu from the start menu, then edit, then apply, close the window, then right click on the sites, then show site, Then check the box site name, then default site name. Then click on the right click on that, link the right make a link with the existing GPU. That is remove the run policy. Then verification. Then you log in, nobody can go to the run. Okay. So now let me show you here. Same thing. Last practical for today. Now I'm creating one policy on the GPM console. Now I want to apply the policy on site. So first create one object. How to create a object? How to create a object? So now let me create a object here through the sales. Now what is our restrict or deny what run command? Okay, done. Object is created. Edit policies. Then here is what administrative templates. Then go here with what start menu. Then here you will find what start menu. Find here what second. Yeah. Remove run menu from the start. Right click, edit, and go to what enabled. After that, apply. Okay. So now I done this on the sales. So who are the sales user? S1 and S2. So to them, this policy should be applied. Now they cannot able to open the run also. I did not do on domain because administrator will be also locked. Again, we need to go there and prevent the restriction. How we discuss how to avoid one particular user from the or how to prevent that particular policy should not be applied to a particular user or deny that policy. So instead of that, I did on the sales department. Who are the sales department user? S1 and S2. Now let me log in with S1. Now when you try to log in with about try to log in with another user, like suppose S2. He should not be able to open the run command. When I'm trying to go to the run, it says not done. Now same thing should be applied to S1 also because that is also a part of the same audio. Let me log in with now S1. I'm trying to go to the run, it will be restricted here. But if I go to another user like U1 or U2, it should be able to do it. I'm going with what? U2 user. Let me go to the run now. Now I can go. Understood? So this is related with what? Today's session. So today we discussed how to apply the policy on, apply the policy on how to apply the policy on OU, domain and sites. Okay. So with this we are done with today's session. So we'll continue tomorrow with what? Sorry, tomorrow will be holiday. We'll continue the session with on Monday along with some more group policy. That will be the part 2. Is there any doubt regarding today's session, anyone? You can also integrate. See, if you want, I'll show you the integration. Just give me a minute. So if you want, on the site means now, if you are applying the policy on the site means now, what you do, apply the policy and integrate with the sites. How to integrate with the site means just open that same command, GPM console. Now, can you find here the sites? Yes, right click. Now here with what? Show sites. Now here we are using what? We did not created the site, so I'm using default site. Now here you will get a default site. Now integrate that site with the GPU. So what we have done here, remove the, deny the run. Okay. So now it will be up. Save. GPU update. Now go to the users now. Now we applied with the user to now. Sorry, this might be my DC machine. Let me go to the this client machine. Let me log in with what? U2 user. Now you're trying to open the. He's not able to open. Why? Now when you applied on the here, he is not able to run. Restriction is applied. Now we integrated with site means now all users will be covered. Domain, child, everything will be understood now. Previously I did not integrate it with sites, so U2 was able to do it. But he's not part of his sales, but he's applied to them also now because everything will be covered now. Is it okay now, everybody? Site means yet it can cover what? Who will log in? Users will log in. No, whether they belong to one OU or they belong to the other domain, child domain, everybody will be covered. Yes. You will not log in with group or computer. No, you log in with users. So you need to check with what? User. Okay. Any doubt related with today's session? Can I close the session for today? Can I wind up the session for today? Okay. Thanks everybody. Take care. Stay safe. Thank you everybody. And tomorrow we don't have the class. We'll continue our session on Monday. Group policy 2. Okay. We'll see some interesting more policies. So sorry for the inconvenience. Sometimes the machine was taking too delayed. So when I did the same thing one or twice, then it was taking. Maybe issue with the system. But same thing we ultimately, but we got the result. Yes. Okay. Thank you everyone. We'll meet on Monday with the group policy, some more interesting group policy. That's it for today. Thank you everyone. I'm winding up with the session now. Thanks everybody.